Good afternoon, Rebels, and welcome to another episode of Studio G. I'm Denise Hernandez.
And I'm Jennifer Hurtado. Today we will take a look at what some people had to say about last week's debate and what to anticipate in the upcoming election.
And we also have an exclusive look at Madame Tussaud's Wax Museum here in Las Vegas.
Make sure to stay tuned for our weekly Spanish segment. Studio G starts now. This weekend, Clinton surrogates Katy Perry and President Barack Obama hit the campaign trail in Las Vegas. But before that, Studio G reporter Rio Lockenlolly got the chance to speak with two other Hillary surrogates during last week's final presidential debate. Check it out.
All right, so I'm here with Judy Chu and Reverend Jesse Jackson. So who won the debate tonight, guys?
Clearly, Hillary Clinton, yeah.
She was the most prepared. I thought that when she talked about the Supreme Court being inclusive and growing as the people grow was significant. But also she laid down this pattern of Trump talking about rigging. If he loses, it's rigged. If he wins, it's all right. He's the only one who would not accept the outcome if he lost. And so it means he's willing to form a third party. If he loses, he probably will lose. He's going to take that and cite that group in the form of their own party.
I hope that his supporters will abide by the elections, but I was stunned by what he said. How could you not abide by this election when this democracy has the highest level of integrity in the world? So I truly hope that he will not divide this country even further. In fact, we need to come together as a country after this election.
How do you think Hillary did with polling undecided voters?
I thought she made a compelling statement, and she laid out so clearly what she would do for jobs, for the infrastructure, for new technologies, and what that could do for jobs and making college affordable.
He says for the cities we need law and order. She said investment and development. We need investment and development. And people be more orderly if they're employed, if they're not malnourished, if they're not impoverished. Hillary has a broader vision than Donald Trump. She won tonight, going away.
Thank you so much, guys. For Studio G, this is Rio Lockenlolly.
Thanks, Rio. I wonder who else will be seen in Las Vegas campaigning for Hillary in the next couple of weeks.
Same-sex marriage is up for vote in Australia and could possibly be delayed. Lemitra Miller has the story.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
You, me included, all of us, we have so much power. We're the biggest generation there is, and I think that we should take that power and really use it to make a change in the world, to make a change in something that you believe in. I think that you have to get out there and vote.
There was a time where women couldn't vote. There was a time where black people couldn't vote. There was a time where black people weren't even considered human beings. You have to remember that, and you have to remember how much blood, sweat, and tears, and marching, and strength went into allowing you to vote.
Everyone deserves equal opportunities, and everyone deserves equal treatment. If you agree with me, vote. If you don't agree with me, God, please don't vote.
The truth is, these are the circumstances that we have, and whoever the next president is going to be nominating a record number of Supreme Court justices, and that will affect America for decades and decades to come.
I don't like it when people feel like they can't make a difference. Like, a lot of the time people think, it's just me. Like, what am I gonna do? How can I make a change in this or that? I really do think that one person can make a change. Don't tell me it doesn't make a difference. It makes a difference. The election's here. Let's get out and vote.
Oh, go ahead and start reading.
A bus crash on Interstate 10 Sunday has left 13 dead and 31 injured. The wreck stands as the deadliest in California in several decades. California Highway Patrolman Jim Abel spoke at a press conference about the details of the crash that has been deemed an accident.
You are now playing VO. You're not playing a sock. There's nothing to tell from.
That's caption.
No.
Prompter. Are we live?
Yes.
I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
There's nothing for her to read. That is.
Deadliest in California in several decades. California Highway Patrolman Jim Abel spoke at a press conference about the details of that crash and that has been made an accident.
Go ahead and start reading.
The bus in question was inspected multiple times before the crash, and the driver has not been found to be under any influences before the crash. The scene itself was novel for doctors to sort through, as Richard Ramhoff explained.
Okay, we're now come back to one.
The 13 deceased victims of Sunday's crash have been identified, but the reason for the crash has not yet been determined.
The Chicago Cubs have made it to the World Series, ending their so-called curse after 71 years. The Cubs beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-0 in a Game 6 of the National League on Saturday. They are headed to the Game 1 of the World Series, where they will face the Cleveland Indians. 127 protesters were arrested on Saturday in North Dakota after activists and law enforcement clashed over construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Around 300 protesters trespassed onto private property. The ones arrested were charged for things including reckless endangerment, criminal trespass, engaging in a riot, assault on a peace officer, and resisting arrest. Activists continued their demonstration on Sunday by setting up roadblocks on Highway 1806, which caused closures for several hours.
Producer, I can't see if I'm down in the page. Okay, I don't know where you are.
On Saturday, a AT&T Time Warner agreed to $85 billion deal. The two companies have been in talks since August before reaching a final deal. The move will help AT&T expand past providing just phone and internet services. Time Warner is the parent company of CNN, TNT, and HBO, and Warner Brothers.
Same-sex marriage is up for vote in Australia and could possibly be delayed. Lemitra Miller has the story.
Australia's government has now reached a stumbling block, with some opposing gay marriage while other Australian government leaders are for it, and the gay community is now in the middle of a battle. The Senate has clearly accepted and is ready to move forward in making gay marriage legal.
The bill is in the House. It should be passed by the House this week. It will then go to the Senate. And we urge the senators, all the members of the Senate, including the Labor Party, to support that bill and give the people their say on the 11th of February, and then the matter will be decided by the Australian people.
However, the opposition Labor Party leader, Bill Shorten, has made it his concern to not allow gay marriage to move forward nationwide.
And the experts have unequivocally explained to Labor that the plebiscite would cause harm to gay and lesbian people, particularly but not exclusively young people.
This could be problematic for many in the gay community, including couple Daz and Rex, who have been together for 11 years. Both of Daz's ventricles in his heart are failing, and doctors say he may have only a year to live. However, Malcolm Turnbull, the Prime Minister of Australia, wants to hold a non-binding vote on February the 11th, 2017. Political analyst says this is in hopes of stalling same-sex marriage.
We can declare war. We can send our troops overseas into battle without even consulting our parliament. And yet, for something as straightforward as including everyone in marriage, our current government believes that there needs to be a vote of every Australian.
If there is no plebiscite or parliamentary vote, gay marriage will be in jeopardy and decisions could take years. And for Daz and Rex, time is important. Until a plebiscite is made, many gay communities will continue to wait and hope. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Lemitra Miller.
Let's hope they don't block it any further.
Madame Tussauds is one of the oldest attractions in the United States, and the first one appeared right here in Las Vegas. A lot of people think of it as just a wax museum, but there's actually a lot more that goes on behind the velvet rope. Reporter Sherelle Moore got to take a look inside.
There's only one place in Las Vegas where you can meet 100 famous faces in 1 hour, and that's Madame Tussauds.
Even though this is known as a wax museum, it's really not a museum. You're allowed to touch the figures, you're allowed to get up close, get personal with them. So there's no ropes, there's no glass, there's no bars.
Plus, Madame Tussauds is super interactive. Play basketball with Shaq, or even play out a scene in your favorite movie. They even have karaoke. No matter what, you're the star.
One of the things we're actually doing in the years to come is really finding ways to make sure that the guest not only sees the figures but feels like an actual celebrity and is a part of the set and feels like what it is to be a celebrity.
Also, if you're still looking for a venue for your next party or even to tie the knot, you may want to look into their event deals.
Rent our whole entire attraction out. We cater, we have open bar. We're able to do pretty much anything that someone can put their mind to. We also have a wedding chapel for people looking to get married, and they can have their reception in the Viva Vegas rooms.
Last thing, you better take advantage of those discounts now, because next year, Madame Tussauds is gonna look a little different.
In 2017, we have a lot of really awesome changes coming to the attraction. We're completely rebranding. It's gonna look really new, but the change is gonna be really good. It looks amazing. We have several new figure launches coming up next year that we hope people will come check out. I can't disclose the details yet, but trust me, it's going to be good. It's going to be a really fun place to party.
For Studio G, I'm Sherelle Moore.
Madame Tussaud offers exclusive discounts to locals and UNLV students. All you have to do is show your Rebel ID. The rebranding will launch in the beginning of next year. I've never been to the museum.
I've been once, but I heard a rumor that spirits like to go back to the wax figures in the hopes of reconnecting with their dead bodies.
That fits with Halloween that's just right around the corner.
I know, right? After the break, we will turn over to our Spanish programming.
My name is Walter from Deep Thought.
My name is Bruce Gill. I'm the host of La Alternativa.
Perfect Music Radio with me, Lily.
My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz.
I am Rockin' Gemini.
This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays.
And listen to us on the Rebel HD2.
Muy buenas tardes y bienvenidos a Studio G en español. Es un placer estar con ustedes de nuevo. Mi nombre es Ana Hernández.
Y yo soy Sandy Julián. Hoy es el 25 de octubre y estamos exactamente a 2 semanas de las elecciones presidenciales. El Valle está emocionado para el gran día y les traemos información de cómo Las Vegas se está preparando.
El pasado fin de semana, el presidente Barack Obama estuvo de visita por la ciudad para promover la campaña de la candidata demócrata Hillary Clinton. Veamos un resumen de su visita.
El pasado domingo 23 de octubre, el presidente Barack Obama hizo una escala en nuestra ciudad para promover a todos los candidatos demócratas de las próximas elecciones. El evento tuvo lugar en la Cheyenne High School, donde miles de personas atendieron para verlo y escuchar su discurso. Después de largas horas de espera, el evento contó con discursos de varios personajes de Nevada, como el senador Harry Reid, Catherine Cortez Masto y el comisionado Lawrence Weakley, que presentó un número musical de los ahora locales Boyz II Men, entre otros más. El presidente dio su discurso incitando a los asistentes a votar tempranamente y enfatizó la necesidad de votar por Hillary Clinton para continuar con lo que él ya considera su legado. De igual manera, mencionó que el voto por Donald Trump sería un voto en contra del progreso. Así continuó con su discurso mostrando su apoyo a Dina Titus, Rubén Cuen, Catherine Cortez Masto y Jackie Rosen. El día de la elección se aproxima y el presidente junto con la primera dama, Michelle Obama, prometieron continuar ayudando en la recta final a Hillary Clinton y el resto de los candidatos demócratas, participando en rallies y presentaciones por todo el país. Reportando para Studio G en español, yo soy Ana Hernández.
Solo faltan 14 días para que veamos quién será nuestro próximo presidente. Y mientras tanto, les recordamos que aprovechen la oportunidad de atender a las urnas y ejercer su voto tempranamente.
El voto latino ha formado como un enfoque principal en estas elecciones y son periodistas como Luis Mejid quienes informan a la comunidad latina sobre lo que está ocurriendo. Nuestra reportera Idiana Ramírez tuvo la oportunidad de entrevistarlo durante el debate presidencial que llevó a cabo aquí en UNLV.
Es tiempo de votar. Las urnas ya están abiertas y con 27 millones de latinos elegibles a votar, los medios de comunicaciones en español se han asegurado a informar y motivar a latinos a involucrarse en estas elecciones como nunca antes. Pero aunque el 12% del electorado es latino, según un reporte del Pew Research Center, no todos los latinos salen a votar. Y son periodistas latinos como Luis Mejid, periodista nacional de Univisión, que explica la importancia de latinos en esta elección y por qué votan. Tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar con él en el centro de medios en el último debate presidencial que se llevó a cabo aquí en UNLV.
Tenemos más de 27 millones de latinos que son elegibles para votar en estas elecciones, el número más grande en la historia de latinos en Estados Unidos. Pero si ven las estadísticas de antes, los latinos no siempre salen a votar. ¿Qué espera de esta elección? tan polarizada, un candidato como Trump?
Bueno, una cosa que pasa es que muchas veces la gente no se mueve hasta que no sienten que tiene que moverse. Y quizás eso se le pueda agradecer a Donald Trump, el hecho de que han movilizado a la comunidad latina, no porque la gente siente que tiene mucho que perder. Pero de hecho en California hace muchos años, antes de que ustedes nacieran, pasó una proposición, 187, que le quitaba los beneficios a todos los indocumentados. Yo era residente legal en esa época, pero eso me motivó a ser un ciudadano, a dar ese paso. O sea que muchas veces uno lo deja para mañana, pero cuando siente que realmente la cosa es personal, entonces ahí se mueve y actúa.
Los resultados se darán el 8 de noviembre. Reportando para Studio G y Dania Ramírez.
Pueden ver el reportaje completo en studiog.unlv.tv.
Esta semana marca la temporada de las votaciones tempranas. Muchas organizaciones se unieron para animar a la comunidad latina que salgan a votar. Jennifer Hurtado nos cuenta los detalles.
Del Hotel Trump para enviar una pared de Trump y una línea de camiones de tacos se formaron enfrente del Hotel Trump para enviar un mensaje a Donald Trump.
Estamos aquí para dejarle saber a Donald Trump que nosotros valemos la pena, que nosotros somos latinos y que no todos robamos, no todos hacemos todo lo que él ha dicho que somos.
Los trabajadores del Hotel Trump se juntaron y estaban enojados de que Trump no negoció una unión. Miembros de la comunidad y organizaciones firmaron la pared de Trump.
Ya basta de los insultos de Donald Trump y venimos a apoyar a Hillary Clinton por algo mejor para los hispanos, nuestros hermanos, para que ya basta y entren, dejen de separar familias.
Los Tigres del Norte y Ruben Kewen llegaron y hablaron con el público para apoyar a los latinos y la comunidad.
Los latinos especialmente vivamos mejor, que nos respeten, que sepan que tenemos dignidad, que no estamos aquí para pelear ni para luchar en contra de alguien, sino que para luchar por nuestra gente.
Para seguir con el ilimitado número de tacos y la fuerza de la comunidad latina, el 5 de noviembre se llevará a cabo el Festival Project Taco en Craig Ranch Regional Park.
Esta semana marca la temporada de las votaciones tempranas. Muchas organizaciones se unieron para animar a la comunidad latina que salgan a votar. Jennifer Hurtado nos cuenta los detalles.
Las votaciones tempranas oficialmente empezaron en Nevada. Varias organizaciones latinas celebraron este día con fiestas por todo el valle.
Abrimos el primer club en las universidades. Vinimos acá con nuestros compañeros y también con mi familia vota. Somos dos organizaciones que trabajamos desde Washington, D.C. Y mira, tenemos música, tenemos tacos, tenemos nuestros hijos, la familia, y estamos celebrando como si fuera una fiesta. Y sí es una fiesta porque es el primer día en Nevada para votar.
Para muchos este día tuvo un significado especial, ya que era la primera vez que tuvieron la oportunidad de votar.
Ahorita estoy aquí para votar por la primera vez. Estoy bien feliz porque es muy importante para mi familia y yo que ellos tengan, que yo sea la voz para ellos.
Cuando me hizo ciudadana en julio, y ella fue la primera persona que yo registré para votar. Y desde ahí me ha gustado este trabajo.
El primer día de votaciones rompió récords con casi 40,000 votos.
Y estamos a punto de quebrar un récord aquí en el estado, así que si nos animamos y salimos hoy, puede hacer que seamos esa fuerza que todos han estado esperando.
El 5 de noviembre es el último día para las votaciones tempranas. Los resultados de las elecciones serán reveladas el 8 de noviembre, cuyo es el día oficial de votar. Para Studio G en español, Jennifer Hurtado.
Si a usted le gustaría votar, visite clarkcountynb.gov para encontrar su centro de votaciones de acuerdo a su distrito.
Recuerde que este viernes es el día de Nevada y las escuelas están cerradas. Para todas las personas que tendrán un día de descanso del trabajo o escuela, esperamos que disfrute de su día.
Sintonicen nuestro segmento cada martes y gracias, que pasen buen día de Halloween y tomen las precauciones adecuadas para prevenir algún percance. Hasta la próxima semana. Up next, back to our English programming.
The show's name is the Rebel and Revolt Show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, and then we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt Show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com. It's great. You make friends, you gain skills, you learn how to do all this stuff with audio. It's a fantastic thing.
I can grow with everyone and everybody supports me as well as I can support them.
I think it's great. I think it's a blessing to have this kind of equipment from the Green Spun family as well as the state of Nevada.
And it's really informative to see, how a radio show really works.
Now that I do it, I have friends, I have people that want to hang out, and I get to play music a lot.
It's very good too because we have all the top of the line equipment to work with and students here that can help you out, so it's a very, very good way to get involved in the radio.
Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own. And that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
Good afternoon, Rebels. I'm Catherine Ho, and I have your weather report for today. This past weekend's rain is moving out of the Las Vegas Valley, but will return later this week. McCarran Airport received 0.22 inches of rain Monday, which is the most rain since June 30th. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. It will be at a high of 78 degrees and a low of 63 degrees. Now we're coming up to the 4-day weather forecast. Tuesday we'll see a high near 78 degrees, which is normal for this time of year. Wednesday and Thursday will be slightly warmer with a high of 83 degrees. And Thursday and Friday will have a 20% chance for rain showers, so we'll look out for that. And now we're going to take a look around of the weather around the valley with a high of 66 in Centennial, 69 in Nellis. In the south side of Vegas, Henderson and Boulder City will come down to a low of 63 degrees. So that's your weather for today. Now let's go over to Denise and Jennifer for your world news.
Oh, the station's great. You make friends, you gain skills, you learn how to do all this stuff with audio. It's a fantastic thing.
I can grow with everyone and everybody supports me as well as I can support them.
I think it's great. I think it's a blessing to have this kind of equipment from the Green Spun family as well as the state of Nevada.
And it's really informative to see, how a radio show really works.
Now that I do it, I have friends, I have people that want to hang out, and I get to play music a lot.
It's very good too because we have all the top of the line equipment to work with and students here that can help you out, so it's a very, very good way to get involved in the radio.
Four people have been killed at Australia's largest theme park after a ride malfunctioned. 2 men ages 35 and 32 and 2 women 42 and 38 were pronounced dead by police after the incident.
61 people were killed overnight in Pakistan after militants wearing suicide vests stormed a police academy in Quetta overnight. The attack wounded 123 people and several are in critical condition.
In Germany, a 14-year-old boy pulled out a knife and attacked a teenager wearing a clown mask who was attempting to scare a group of people. Turns out that the one in the clown mask was an acquaintance of the boy who pulled out the knife.
The Vatican has published guidelines for being cremated. Catholics who wish to be cremated say that their remains cannot be divvied up but must.
And the conclusion.
And if you want to find out more, please be sure to look it up on Google, as before, Catholics were only allowed to be buried in the ground.
Close.
As Halloween. And that's all for our world news. Thank you for tuning into Studio G.
And if you want more local news, please be sure to pick up an issue of the Rebel Yell. I'm Denise Hernandez.
And I'm Jennifer Hurtado. Have a great week.
Banter.